The City of Atlanta is developing plans to create a 311 calling center that would allow residents to call the city to get help with specific non-emergencies.
The high incidence of HIV and AIDS in Atlanta has prompted the creation of a new group, the Atlanta AIDS Partnership.
Thanks for joining us on this Thursday, July 22nd, 2010. I'm Dejanique Garrison. 39 high school juniors and seniors are attending the Emory University's Candler School of Theology 18th Annual Youth Theological Initiative Summer Academy. The program seeks theological justice through education. The students come from across the United States, the Bahamas, Mexico, and as far as Jerusalem.
Was there something that you take from this experience that you know will just stay with you?
She actually got gray hairs playing the character because her body was caught up in the reality of the role she was playing.
It's true. I went with about 5 gray hairs and came home with 50. Seriously, in a matter of weeks. It was that intense, but it was that gratifying too. And I wear them proudly.
What's your proudest moment? Looking back now 30 years.
CNN?
Yeah.
Proudest moment was when we had exclusive coverage of the Iraq War. It was a war, live and in color. And nowhere before in history had news media from a foreign country ever been able to broadcast live behind the lines.
June 9th, 1964, you mentioned this is a very painful time to relive, but you decided to put it together again, or relive it.
It really wasn't painful. It was, I think, a critical point in the movement. It was probably the most rigorous test that nonviolence had, and we passed it.
From an Eastern perspective, it's tradition. From Western, it's unfair to women.
And Craig asks this, do you ever regret relinquishing control of CNN?
Absolutely. I said that before, I think. That's my biggest regret.
So what are you hoping is the lesson that can be imparted for anyone who goes, whether you are troubled or encounter some of these struggles or not?
At the end of the film, there's a line, "I found God in myself and I loved her fiercely."
We are our tools of expression. There's no boundary. So there's no separation. There's not a piano where the art happens. All the art happens here.
Here on the campus of Clark Atlanta University, the Student Government Association's Executive Board invites students to enjoy the Christmas holidays. With the recent publication of the Vibe article, The Mean Girls of Morehouse, students of the Atlanta University Center give their views on the topic.
Well, the people I know from Morehouse, they really don't really care because it's not them running around, but at the same time, it's their school. And of course, they're going around with all this Morehouse pride. All of a sudden, you see Morehouse pride. Oh, that's the dudes with the skirts on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it don't affect them, but at the same time, it do because it's their school.
In the article, former Morehouse students express the disparities they face because of the alternative lifestyle they choose to live. Arrington Crawford expresses different sentiments.
Not in line with Morehouse's standard of the dress code in which President Franklin has put in place. It causes those that are not yet reaching the standard to reach up to it, and those that are over and above the standard to come down, and everyone meets at a happy medium. We as students in Morehouse definitely do accept the lifestyle, but more so we don't agree with the expression of it.
Students on the campus of Morehouse College continue to take pride in their institution despite the negative views. I'm Dejanique Garrison, In Class News.
You see, we know because of your generation, we walk with privileges that back in the day my grandmama in Spartanburg, South Carolina would not have dreamed of. Stick way.
new and higher MARTA prices have some residents concerned.
I'm a concerned constituent. I'm a little person, but I know that I take MARTA every day. I love MARTA. It's efficient. I love it, but it's stressing me out to keep raising prices and train being late or single tracking and not giving us notification.
If they're going to charge these prices, then they need to figure out a way to make things work on a more timely basis, because people are paying their money and they deserve good service.
My question is, where's all the money going? They've raised the rates recently. They're cutting out routes, which I have a whole nother theory about why it's being affected the way that it is.
It's misappropriating a lot of funds. They're putting monies where they shouldn't be putting it. You know, the price is going up, it's hurting the community.
Again, if they continue to cut out routes and raise the rate, they're gonna hurt themselves, because the people who depend upon it, like I do right now, are gonna be hurt the most.
Richard Robinson, Newsbreak, 23. News of the death of the pop king, Michael Jackson, spreads around the nation and the campus of Clark-Atlanta University. Students reflect on his passing.
My favorite all-time song has to be Man in the Mirror. Actually, this is a song that inspired me to work in the United Nations when I have the accomplishments and have right connections. Man in the Mirror really resonates with me because it touches my soul that I need love all and serve all. I mean, that's what the song tells me.
Gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
I think my favorite Michael Jackson song is Human Nature. It was off the Thriller album, which was an amazing album, #1 selling album of all time, which speaks a lot to his legacy.
If this town is just an